we've talked so many times on the show about how, in spite of the fact that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce claims that the Keystone XL pipeline to bring fossil fuels from Canada through the U.S. and down into the south of the U.S., how it would create 250,000 jobs, according to the Chamber of Commerce. Experts we've spoken to say it would create about 50 permanent jobs. It would support more jobs than that, but support in the sense that if you go to McDonald's, by going to McDonald's, you're supporting the people who already work there and already have a job. It would support a few thousand, but certainly not in the numbers that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is claiming. It turns out that the reality might be way worse than that. Keystone XL might kill more jobs than it creates. There was a really interesting interview on Democracy Now! Where Bruce Hamilton, who's the vice president of Amalgamated Transit Union, said that far, far more jobs are available in fighting against climate change than there ever could possibly be in expanding dirty fuel. As a matter of fact, the biggest job killer really is inaction on climate change. Combine this with the fact that something like the Keystone XL pipeline is by definition designed to kill jobs. Hear me out. The pipeline is meant to transport fossil fuels. If you look at that, you say, well, how would they be transported if it weren't for the pipeline, which requires very few people, either by truck or by train or other methods that require more employees? And the entire point of a pipeline is to remove some of the risk of interruption that can happen when you transport things by truck or train or other ways that require people. So if you actually take into consideration that not acting on climate change kills jobs and that pipelines kill transportation jobs, the 50 permanent jobs that would be created by the Keystone pipeline would not even eclipse the number of jobs that would be destroyed by the Keystone pipeline. And this is one of the biggest points of disagreement we have with the kind of mainstream, middle of the road, more moderate conservative Democrats, which is on stuff like TPP, Keystone XL, so many of these other issues. The Democrats and the Republicans are mostly united when it comes to such an issue. And we need President Obama not to move forward on Keystone XL. And I want to kind of prepare you for the fact that later this week or next week, we will be doing a segment about the number of jobs that are going to be destroyed because of automation and robots and computer technology. And I actually welcome that change if we can be properly prepared for it. And that may seem like a sort of contradiction with my concern now about the fact that Keystone XL would kill transportation jobs in favor of the pipeline. It's not so much that I have a problem in principle with the idea that we would be replacing people with computers or automated technologies. The problem is that we're going to be losing the transportation jobs anyway over the long term. I don't want to do it to further the usage of dirty fossil fuels that are polluting our environment and present a risk to the areas in which the mining and discovery of these fossil fuels is taking place. The transportation jobs, yes, they will go at some point, and we are going to deal with that on this program pretty extensively. But that is not a reason to prop up the development of more fossil fuels and dirty energy. It just makes absolutely no sense to me.